I had a pizza for breakfast this morning and now I have got tonsillitis. This is Generational Excellent Men, issue number -1, and it tells us a little bit of unseen backstory with Squealy here, except he's not really in it that much. And also Emma Frosty's, who is up here, and I love her. And I am a sucker for any stories with Emma Frosty's in them, and she's in this one quite a lot. We are interrupting the book's ongoing storyline with some goth lass. She has found a knife and she's going to cut open this fella's throat. And that definitely seems like the abject time to cut away and do a tangent about when Emma Frosty's was young. There is Stanley Lee, the inventor of drawing. He's making one of his infamous cameo appearances. And even Stanley Lee, if you look down here, if you read it, he says he fancies Emma Frosty's. And that is how you know she's the best thing ever. This story is entirely flashback. And I really like this opening sequence with Emma Frosty's. We have got great art. She looks beautiful and I love this character. I love this character, body and soul and body again. Here, this is early on. This is before she was a villain and definitely before she was a hero. But not before she was the most perfect woman ever. She is using her freshly discovered mutant powers of telepathic mutant powers to go to socialite parties and eavesdrop on all the rich people and get little hints of stuff to invest in or where there is some money to be made. And then she encounters Jordan D. White. Jordan D. White, he is a bearded rapist fictional character, not to be confused with a bearded rapist non-fictional comic book editor. But Jordan D. White, predictably, he's getting rapey with Emma Frosty's. He's kind of grooming the younger woman and trying to take advantage of her with his position of power in the comic book industry. Emma Frosty's, though, she is smart. She's not going to fall for this sort of rubbish. She's not exactly Eva Antelaz, is she? So she brushes off Jordan D. White and manages to get away from him. But then she passes out in the toilets because using her powers so much, it has been taxing on her. She's only recently discovered them. So she has kind of overplayed her hand here and she has used them too much. She will be alright though, because she is Emma Frosty's and she is brilliant. Then when she is walking home, would you guess the toxic white incels of New Yorkland who have just been to see the Joker at the cinema, they start harassing her on the street. And just like Jordan D. White, they start getting rapey with her. They try to force themselves on her. And meanwhile, Squealy, he is a tough New York cop on the beat, working the mean streets of New Yorkland. And he is a loose cannon and a rebel who plays by some rules, but not all the rules. And he don't need no stinking badge, but he has got one anyway. And when it comes to the commissioner, boy, does he have a few choice words to say about the commissioner and his bloomin' rule book. But the thing you have got to remember is, despite his maverick image, Squealy, he gets results, but not always, just sometimes. He sometimes gets results. He sees Jordan D. White's associate editors hassling Emma Frosty's, and he wants to intervene and help, but he doesn't need to because Emma Frosty's beats up all the evil men. Then the comic gets shit because the evil men, they want revenge on her and they chase after her, and Squealy, he chases after them. Then the men, they corner Emma Frosty's in an alleyway and they punch her in the head and knock her out, and they're gonna rape her. They're actually gonna rape her when an unseen monster attacks and mauls them all, and saves Emma Frosties and takes her away into the sewers. And then Squealy shows up and he follows them down into the sewers. And the monster who saved Emma Frosties turns out to be Dark Smurf. He is an evil version of Smurf. He comes from the Age of Armageddon storyline. He's like a mad scientist. I actually quite like Dark Smurf as a character. Probably more than regular Smurf, but definitely not here. I absolutely hate everything this comic does here. We are just burdening Emma Frosties with some unnecessary extra backstory that she apparently forged an alliance with this amoral butcher who performs deplorable experiments on innocent people and children. I really, really hate this. Emma Frosties, she already has enough baggage and past evil things and misdeeds that she has to rise above and escape from and prove to everyone that she has truly changed and that she is better than that. And just slamming in something like this is terrible. We were already well into the territory of them properly committing to and trying to redeem Emma Frosties and make her into a goodie bird. And here they're just throwing this into the mix, and it complicates and conflicts with that overall direction. Likewise, I think it does a disservice to Dark Smurf. He's depicted as having amnesia and not having his full intelligence. Like, he's not really smart here, and he doesn't really know his way around his own lab. And the suggestion is that Emma Frosties is responsible, with her mental powers and her money, for enabling him and for making him into what he becomes. And what he becomes is a horrific monster and a horrible bastard. And it's all in service of this poor and pointless Beauty and the Beast riff. Emma Frosties, she is the beauty, obviously, and Dark Smurf, he is like the Beast. That would have been a good name for him, actually. Dark Beast. They should have called him that. Much better than Dark Smurf. So yeah, he gets into a fight with Squealy. He beats Squealy here, and to be honest, it even insults Squealy. It's saying that Squealy, he is incapable, despite police training and his muty power of squealing. Squealy is incapable of beating an amnesiac Dark Smurf. Not a good showing for him at all, and he was the one who was spotlighted on the cover. We got some more of the tawdry Beauty and the Beast shite. Really didn't like it. And then, this bit makes no sense at all. It's fucking bizarre. It's really forced. Jordan D. White, the fictional editor or the non-fictional character or whatever, he just shows up in the sewers despite having no reason to be there or any role in this part of the story. And really having no reason to be there at all. He just shows up, and it makes no sense for him to show up here, and they do try to write around that. They try to explain why he is there, but they never actually give a reason for why he is there. And he doesn't contribute anything. He's just there, and it makes no sense. Then we end with Emma Frosties and her new best friend ganning off together into the sewers, holding hands. And this stupid, unseen bit of history, and this friendship and relationship, it is only ever brought up again in one future issue of Generational Excellent Men, and then never ever mentioned again. Thankfully. Next issue, though, we will find out if the goth slits this fella's throat. Then we have got the letters page, and right at the back, we have got a preview and an interview all about Marvel's upcoming Excellent Men crossover, Operation No Tall Pants. I think I need to do a video about how Marvel and Martin Quaid sabotaged this story. And I also need to decide, eventually, whether I am going to be including Bastard with my Nimrod appearances. This is Bastard here. He is the main villain for this story. And the thing is, he's like the next stage of Nimrod. He's kind of like Nimrod digivolved. And this is an interesting interview with Scott Lobel, the writer of that story. And I do like Operation No Toe Pants, and I just hate how Marvel screwed it over. This comic is annoying, really, really annoying. The first half is pretty great. It is fun, and Emma Frosty's is in it, and I love her, and I love seeing this part of her history, seeing her before she was like corrupted by the bondage club, before she was a villain, before she was acting all evil and mean. But then, the minute Dark Smurf shows up, I hate it. The second half is really bad, and that is why I rate it 7 thumbs up.